I could continue to carry a felony amount of marijuana around on my quad as we traverse the U.S. border like we did this year. That's the other way to get drones to film us.
CNN coverage.
Yeah.
We'll stay warm at least in Guantanamo.
Yes, that is a true story.
Hello.
Scotty, you feeling better?
Yeah, much better. Although I do have one kind of nasty side effect. If I laugh, I go into a terrible coughing fit right now. And I'm thinking about how this podcast usually goes, and you two are very funny. And I'm worried that I'm going to end up sounding like a COVID grenade going off.
I was just going to say, it's probably a good thing that none of us are funny.
Yeah, I was just going to say, what do you want? You're obviously buttering us up for something.
No, I don't need anything.
You need money.
I need some money. I need money.
All right, boys. Cheers.
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 You got NyQuil or something there, Scott? Is that what you're...
Yeah, that's exactly why I'm not cheersing. No matter what I drink, it'll be NyQuil right now. Nobody needs that.
So, because we are bad planners and have a bad, I guess that's on me, but a bad production schedule, our second episode is a fucking camping trip video
Special.
mini special. Yeah, so that was good planning. But I think we got through it, and I don't think we were worse off than the last time we went. Except
No, I
for
think,
maybe the cold.
The cold definitely did me in. That was by far the worst of it. If anything, I was too tired to be hungover. And other than smacking a tree, I didn't really have any issues. Your quad didn't break down, Darren.
And there's the one thing I really, really liked about this year's trip was that I had a new quad.
Yeah.
And as much as there's like this,
I just saw Scott's soul run right out of his eyes. It's like, oh, this is focusing on me.
Yeah, it was. It was in really good shape until one pinnacle moment of day 2, when Scott had a little bit of a mishap, a little misjudgment on the entire situation going forward.
Go faster than that. It just came down to that.
No, yeah, I pulled off the side of the trail to stop.
Yeah.
And you pulled off behind me to go faster.
Obviously, Darren knows the fastest way around this puddle.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yep. Well, Darren, I'm going to have to blame you too, because you don't stop on the highway.
Yeah, well, fair. Aside from that, though, I think like the one thing I liked about it was there is a little bit of like this adrenaline that I had in previous years that was just like nonstop, because it was like, oh, is this the time and place where my quad's just going to shit the bed? Like 100% like transmission fallout, or are we going to be limping it home with a tow rope? So there was always like, it was always super exciting. And this time I just got to enjoy the ride, which was nice in a different way.
I really enjoyed the quad rides this year, like more than any other year we've done it by a long shot.
Yeah, a lot more miles, a lot further.
Only two smack ups.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad.
And 2 almost tips.
Yeah. And we had a couple of like pretty good traversals, like the that when we came down to the road and it was like way too steep and we had to like build it up, and then Matt went first and we all slowly went. Like my balls were up in my stomach for that one. That was nerve-wracking. I enjoyed that.
And if
Did you watch the
Yeah, I was going to say, man, if you look at the video, it just looks like they're
No
going
big
down a
deal.
gentle ramp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're on the
It
quad though,
was.
it's like going off the edge of a cliff.
Yeah. It's a bit of a different perspective on there. And I'm just not experienced enough to kind of gauge at what point it's going to flip me dick over lips. And I'm sure it
Yeah.
could have been much steeper without any problem, but
Can you get a bumper sticker printed for your quad?
that says
Flip me dick over lips.
flip me dick over lips. Get another one
Here
for the
comes
other.
hack.
Oh, fuck you, Matt. Oh, I hate you so much. Okay.
I'll get one for the other side that says that's some cockamamie shit.
How kind of podcast is not laughing? It's fucking garbage. This is garbage. I'm very upset.
So why does laughing fuck up? Like, what does it tickle your pickle?
It does. Like as soon as I laugh, I just bust into a coughing fit since yesterday. It's terrible.
It's because you're over 40 and joy is not allowed in your life anymore.
It's
It's
official.
my immune system trying to get rid of happiness before it gives me too much hope.
I was quite surprised at how far across like the mountains Alan's bones were spread.
Yeah, whatever got him last year, like really dragged him through it.
Which is funny because I swore he came back with us, but hell, what do I know? Clearly, he was there.
I came home with his bike, so
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to him.
Clearly, he I don't know, something happened. There's no other reason he wouldn't have been there this year if he hadn't perished out there. No other reason worth mentioning.
No reasonable reason that
No
is
reasonable
actually an
reason.
excuse.
Yeah. There's good enough excuse there.
Precisely nothing you could have been doing.
No. So clearly, his demise was unknowns to us until then. I did like the fact that as soon as we got there, there was just one big giant chunk of firewood waiting for us to buck up and.
Yeah, and it was good wood too. It wasn't like some green trash like we had last year. My God.
Yeah, last year everything was wet, like standing. What looked like standing dead trees, wet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So those trees that are standing dead from 2 years ago are still wet. We tried cutting them down.
Yeah.
So I don't know what kind of fuckery happens in that valley. A dead tree standing in the woods for years should be dry as a bone 2 years later.
These aren't just tamaracks that lose their needles in the winter, and we've just been assuming they're dead pines, are they?
We don't know very many things, so it's highly possible.
It would be one hell of a tamarack forest then, because every second tree was dead.
Great tamarack forest, because
yeah.
I think we ate a lot better this year than we did last year, though.
Oh my God, the food this year was incredible. The roasted vegetables off the chapa were like just tremendous.
Most of the venison was done over blue rare, so that was good.
Yeah, considering the
and then
life-threatening situation that was taking a poop in the middle of the night,
which we all had to do. Unrelated, of course.
Is there a link between us all exploding at a similar hour and blue venison?
Nope.
Yeah.
Okay. That was a consensus, maybe.
And the wings turned out great, but
the wings were really good.
Again, made too much.
Yep, more food than we needed once again.
So I don't think I'm going to bring the old wing machine next year.
Yeah, you mentioned that you weren't going to bring it. I don't think that's such a bad idea. The chapa's a lot of fun to cook on too.
I sure like chicken wings, but it's too much work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work, especially doing them that way.
I just found the garbage bag in my garage that I had wrapped up the cooking utensils and stuff in from deep frying.
Oh God! Yeah.
I've forgotten to clean them.
Yeah.
Oh, so they're ruined?
I don't know. I still haven't opened the bag because I'm terrified of what's inside.
You just put it right in the black bin, eh?
I think I'm just going to have to throw it in the dishwasher and run it on a heavy load, and hopefully it comes out good on the other side.
Excuse
I
me.
was uh, I was a little disappointed in the level of the lake when we got there, though. It was like something out of Mad Max.
Yeah, it was low, and it was uh, way less frequented with birds this year. Do you remember last year? There was always shit like flying into it and flying out of it. And this year, there
No,
was
I'm
like the
talking about
deer.
the big lake.
The
Oh,
Kukanusa.
Kukanusa.
Yeah,
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 that
that
it
thing
was fun to
was.
ride around on.
But it was like we came out onto a set from Mad Max.
Yeah, I looked it up after we were out there, and Matt, I think you mentioned this while we were out there. Uh, the water level of Kukanusa on the Canadian side is controlled by a dam on the American side, and they
Yes.
drain it every year. So we usually just come out, I guess, a week after that when it's starting to fill. That's why
Oh,
we've never
really?
seen it like that before. But it's like that every year at that time.
So
Huh.
why was it lower this year? Did we? No, we went out the same time. Maybe
Well,
it's
we
just
were a
they're
week
slower to
earlier
fill it.
this year, weren't we?
I don't remember.
Exact same day as last year.
Oh, is it? Okay, yeah, then it
Yeah.
was definitely lower. I just assumed it was because we were out a week earlier, but I guess we weren't.
The all the property
Yeah.
values around there are based on like lakefront living, and the pictures you see when they're selling the lots, or it's water right up to your house. What they
Yeah.
don't tell you is that the other half a year it's a giant sandbar of desolate Mad Max territory.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Water up
Exactly.
to your waterfront property for 2 weeks
Yeah.
in August. I did like that once again. We you somehow had issues with your quad, Scott. Like, what was last year? Your fan was pushed into your radiator, so
That's right. Yeah.
you couldn't go
Yeah.
up a hill without having to stop and
Amazingly, that
cool it
quad
down.
didn't overheat until the last day we were there. But yeah, we got up to the top of that ridge and it started to, because the fan was broken, it started to overheat. And when I took it back to the rental place, they were like, "Yeah, yeah, like it happens all the time." And so this year, I did not take that quad um, because they offered it to me and it had not been repaired. So I took the other one, and then of course this one has the worst reverse lock of any of the Hondas I've driven yet. That whole reverse system on the Honda is garbage. Like the pull the little parking brake back jammy is that's just shitty. But
Yep.
on that one, it was jammed all the time and then would slip between gears. And in the video, you can see it, Matt having to rock it back and forth while I'm hammering away on the thing before it finally snaps
Took
into
the whole
gear.
fucking thing apart,
Yeah,
all because of a parking brake.
Yep.
And then
yeah.
you slipped into, yeah, you couldn't get into reverse on the trail. And
Oh,
I think
lots of
there's another
times.
time that, yeah, you were slipped out of gear. What a
One time when I was
disaster.
out by myself, I had gone after, I think you had gone up the hill, Darren, and I left a little bit after you. Or maybe it was you, Matt. It doesn't matter. I saw your tracks go a different direction and I had sped past it. So I went to throw it in reverse to back up and it just got stuck between gears. I couldn't get it in reverse or first or anything. Like no drive, no nothing. So I
Crazy.
was just sitting there for a little while and then finally I was able to like rock it back and forth enough with my own weight to get it to engage the transmission and click into gear. And then it clicked into reverse. And I was like, oh, super duper. So I had to like put it in the reverse handhold thing that you have to do. It's like giving the thing the shocker all the time, and then snap it into first while I had it in the reverse mode to get it into first. Like it was fucked up. Like
No
yeah,
shit.
yeah, it was no fun at all.
I remember, yeah, because I went up, yeah, it was, I think I'd gone up that hill, which is not in the video, but I was going up slow because I was debating on whether it was too steep. And then at one point, my quad just started to like slowly lift off the ground, one wheel at a time, just starts tipping to the side. I'm like, fuck. And I'm barely moving. I'm going like six because I'm trying to find like the path of least resistance through the forest that I'm like, maybe I can get up here and it'll be like gorgeous. And then, yeah, basically I had to jump off and put it in neutral and hand guide it down to a more stable uh, area. And then I came back to camp.
See, Matt, because Darren and I are extremely smart people, we wait until we're alone to do stupid things. We
That's the
don't do
best
them when
time to
we're
do it.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be embarrassed in front of you. I'd rather be dead.
I just
until you
didn't tell
walk
you
back
my
without a quad.
I didn't tell you my experience because I did the same thing. I went traversing through the trees. My quad started to roll on me and ended up having to get off, hold the handlebars, keep it from tipping, and slowly let the brake off and roll it back down.
That's what I had to do.
Yeah. So
That
all
same
good
hill,
things.
probably, eh?
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. You
What do you
just
guys
you
think
do them by
Jade was
yourself
doing?
because that's the best place.
Fuck that hill.
Jade was just sitting at camp going, I wonder where those guys are.
Where's my fireball?
Where's my fireball?
I bought a raffle draw, 5 tickets for raffle draw for a tent with stove and cots and everything like that. So let's see if I win it. So we don't
Oh.
actually have to buy one.
Yeah, because we need something better for next year. Like that was, I don't want to sound like a pussy, but that was pretty cool. We need something better than a summer tent, basically.
We
If
also
we're
need
gonna,
to know how to use cots properly.
There's little things in life you got to learn. That's one of them.
One thing, speaking of which, I would like to point out that the one person that did cots kinda was Darren. Darren kinda did cots right because he has that wolf skin or whatever the shit he sleeps on, which
But he
is
was
like
still cold.
really close to what you're supposed to do. But I
yeah,
don't think it actually works.
the wolf skin did not help. No. Well, it might have. It wasn't big enough to span the full cot. I also had an
Right.
elk hide I put down there as well.
How'd that work out
All
for you?
the,
Frozen
the
death.
problem was like I've slept outside with those things before, and the difference was I was much colder this time because we have aged so significantly that we were in bed like by 10 and not fucking hammered. Like I was way too sober to be in that tent without like proper
At -9.
yeah. Yeah, like if I had drank a lot more of that Jack Fire than that I would I want some right now actually. But I probably wouldn't have been as cold or noticed it.
Your toes would have been black in the morning when you woke up because you would have forgotten to actually close your sleeping bag. But
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
but
but
that's
you would have
fine.
slept okay.
no, like by then, Matt and I would have crawled inside you like you were a fucking tauntaun. As soon as you were dead, that was yeah.
Just go full revenant on me. Still alive.
Yeah, just wearing my Darren face in the morning when your brother wakes up.
Well, that's a dark thought. There you go. And I thought he smelled bad on the outside.
On the off chance that when we upload this, the copyright thing on YouTube kicks in, I do want to point out, in case it's not in the video, hang on, Scott's coughing himself to literal death.
It was a tauntaun joke. It was the impression that got me, Matt. You do too good a Luke Skywalker or Han Solo. Fuck. Oh,
Jesus.
okay. I'm back.
Yeah, I was very amused at the amount of times that Bonnie Portmore came on
Oh
at
yes.
full volume out of the truck
Oh, the best
on that
possible
trip.
song for you to have stuck in the entertainment system, like
Yeah,
of all the things.
of all the things, because it was just on like whatever. I don't know why I had it. It was in iTunes
Just
somehow.
like think of the odds of that. We have access to
Yeah,
every song ever made by people ever. You can just ask for it anytime you want. And your entertainment system, out of all those options, is stuck on Bonnie Portmore.
do you know why?
Because Alan's ghost picked it,
Because
that's why.
Alan's ghost jumped into the truck and was like,
Yes.
"Fuck these guys."
Yeah.
Took you a year to find me,
Didn't even come
you
looking.
fucking
Came
bastards.
back for your trip.
And then you threw me in the fire.
Yeah, we did.
So, what improvements are we going to make for next year?
Oh. Well, I'm gonna have my own
Let's be
quad.
honest, probably nothing.
Mm,
Are you
Not
going to have
until
your
at
own
least
own quad, Scott, at these prices?
Well, yeah, good point. But probably. I'll just be really unhappy with how much I paid for it, probably.
Yeah,
That's the likely outcome here.
yes.
I think that's the
I think
likely outcome of any purchase now ever for the next foreseeable future.
Yeah.
All right, so you'll have your own quad.
I'll probably bring an air, one of the. Remember what I used to bring out, the little
Yeah.
self-inflating air thing? I'm gonna bring one of those to put on the cot.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
was her name? Candy?
Yeah, Candy. That's right. From Elko.
Is it? Do you blow her up or does she blow you?
No,
Neither.
no, Candy. Girls from Elko don't play like that. They're serious. They're there to breed.
Ah,
Are we gonna get a better tent? Maybe.
Well,
here's
we
hoping.
left that in Jade's hands.
Well, that's the problem.
Yeah. So maybe.
Uh, I'd say let's go buy a new one. And I looked up the pricing. Yeah, it's like $3,000 just for the tent.
And no stove.
No stove,
Yeah.
no nothing. You don't even get the tent pegs for $3,000. You get a canvas tent that you have to tie up to a tree.
That's
Really?
ridiculous.
Yeah, you have to cut your own poles, everything. Or you buy the tent peg kit. Or
Oh
yeah,
fuck. That is gonna be one long special next year then, because we're gonna spend the whole time trying to cut lumber for a tent.
just
I was gonna,
whittling out fucking tent poles.
I was gonna say we should just see how many elk we can get this year, and then next year stitch all the hides together into a teepee. Probably be better
Probably
off.
not if you drove your truck through one of the fields on the way there.
Right? Just like a quick detour into the field. Gunk.
Yeah,
Boom, 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 boom.
it's like baseball bats and mailboxes.
Because there were a lot of elk on the way.
Oh
out there.
yes. Hey viewers, that was a joke about the thousands of elk that we saw out of season and will never see again.
Oh no, we see them every trip. Every spring,
Right.
they come down to an area where we can't hunt them.
Right.
Pretty much.
And they wave at us. They mock us.
Yeah.
With just, hey, fuck you. Yeah. So probably not much improvement for next year. Let's be honest.
No.
Have
I
the
think there's
photos.
some trails to the south that we'll probably be able to hit. That'll be a little more adventurous. I think that'll be our improvement.
I'm extremely excited about that.
So yeah, we did our spring weekend, and we poorly planned it. We poorly filmed it. We've poorly edited it,
I poorly drove it.
and it'll be up on YouTube if you nobody is a strictly audio listener. Check out the video. You should waste 40 minutes of your life watching this fucking video that really nothing happens.
Yeah, of us having fun in the way that only we enjoy, and we expect you to watch and laugh at. But you
Enjoy it the same way we did, or else. That's the one thing about this trip I wish we had was an external camera person, so that we weren't trying to film it all. We had actual GoPros, not shitty Chinese action camera, and
What if we
like we
bought,
each had a GoPro and one person doing an external would have been nice, but
what if we bought an autonomous drone for one of these trips?
it'd be broken.
Yeah.
yeah. Have you seen the rest of our stuff, Scott?
I guess the other way is I could continue to carry a felony amount of marijuana around on my quad as we traverse the US border like we did this year. That's the other way to get drones to film us.
CNN coverage.
Yeah.
We'll stay warm at least in Guantanamo.
Oh,
Yes, that is a true story.
Right on, yeah. It was a good trip. I'm glad we did it. Too bad Alan couldn't make it due to his untimely demise. And
yeah.
Jade was there.
I hate you so much.
And maybe the next episode will feature Scott, but at this rate, it sounds like we'll also be throwing Scott's fires into the bone.
Yeah, it looks like
Scott's
I'm the
bones into the fire
next year.
on the next episode. And on that note, enjoy our shitty video, or don't. Maybe don't watch
Yeah.
it and save some time.
You should watch the video. It's pretty fun.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. Talk to you later.
Many of you are nice.
Hey, nobody. Don't forget to stalk us on YouTube, Instagram, and wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.